Stock market today analysis for Aloha Thursday, March 30th, 2023. Hello to all my friends and the rest of you. You can check out ihavesuccess.com. There is a link in the description below this video. This website will help you learn to sell cash secured put options on stocks you'd be happy to own. Now, some people poo-poo the strategy. They do. I want to be upfront with you and let you know that there's people that will they won't see the value of it. They'll say, well, you can do this and I can do that. I'm doing this and blah, 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 blah. All this stuff will come out of their mouth, and that's okay. How about for you, though? Take a look over here at the 1 minute mark. A link to a video that will pop up that will give you 5 reasons why you should do this. Get ready. Here it is. Boom. You saw it right there? I put it at the 1 minute mark so it's easy to remember. You can go back and watch it. Just because somebody else is doing something else and they're doing some sort of strategy, that's fine for them. But check it out for yourself, right? Because if you have an internet connection, a bank account, you spend money at least once a year, you have no legitimate reason not to be doing this. Now, if you're doing more advanced trading, then you don't necessarily have to do this. You could do both in conjunction if you want. That's what I do. But at the minimum, if you're doing zero trading, at the minimum, you can do this. If I can live in the Hawaiian Standard Time Zone, and I can work sometimes 7 days a week, I can work 12-hour days sometimes, then you can do this, right? Because even if you work, if you're a one-upper, and you're gonna tell me, well, I work 33 hours a day, 9 days a week. Hey, there's still time to do this, right? No matter what fictional amount of time that you can come up with working, you can still fit this in there, right? So check out all this stuff up here. All right, so what do we have going on lately? We had these different announcements. I don't know how much I got to remember to log in here and change that up. But today we had final GDP. Some unemployment claims. Tomorrow we get the personal consumption expenditure, which allegedly this is the Federal Reserve's primary inflation measure. And let me guess, it just doesn't have things like food and energy and anything that is essential to life, but maybe it has something like, computers or maybe some new wheels for the car. I don't know for sure, but let's not give anybody the benefit of the doubt when it comes to your money. Speaking of your money, look at this heat map here on the old money heat map. More green than red for sure, but interesting enough, we still got the majority making new lows. We still got the majority below the 200-day moving average. So, there seems to be a little bit of a disconnect. And I want to point this out to you, even though I haven't made videos in the last X amount of days, I've still been checking this stuff out. And I tell you what, Walton is still selling. Walton is unloading a bunch of Walmart. So this is the interesting thing about unloading. Right? There's a lot of reason why someone might sell. It's not just because there's something bad going on. Maybe Walton is unloading a lot of shares. Maybe Walton got caught doing some stuff Walton wasn't supposed to be doing, and maybe he's got to pay up some blackmail money. We can pretend that stuff like that doesn't exist, but your good buddy Brent doesn't live in the land of unicorns and rainbows. Good buddy Brent lives in the hardcore streets of IAEA, where the ambulances are loud and and the sun is intense. So we got this guy. This is I guess important to the markets, and I'm being sarcastic there. I don't know if that's important to the markets, just because some more theatrics are being done on the global stage. But what do we have that might be important to the markets? TradeStation. Oh, look at that. Nope, that's just an ad. Some of these other ones might be ads too, but they might be ads in a way that they don't have to officially pay for it. Small banks are losing to big banks. Ooh, that's making the headlines now, even in the even in this Jeff Bezos owned Wall Street Journal. I think that's what he owns, Washington Post. I don't know. I don't know what these guys are doing. And you know, that's the great thing, my friends. That's the great thing about selling cash secured put options on stocks you wouldn't mind owning. You really don't have to pay as much attention to a lot of stuff. But anyways, let's pay attention to a lot of stuff through this video just so we can see that the dollar on the month is down. Maybe that's why a lot of stuff is up. If the dollar starts moving up, will a lot of the stuff go down? I don't know. But apparently the market is feeling very, very comfortable with stuff because the VIX, if we can look at this, is an indication of fear. The fear is low. The volatility is low. If it's, I don't know how accurate this is anymore of judging fear, but it's probably to some degree accurate on at least judging how much options are being bought on the SPX. Speaking of SPX, we really had a nice kind of gapping up this trading week, but hitting this 4,050, and let's see what's going to happen. Last time we got up here, you see there was a pivot right there. What's going to happen? And well, let's move on. We'll look at that a little bit later. Dow Jones moved above that 200-day moving average. Also seems to be, this candle is like an indecision, kind of running out of steam candle. We see the same thing over here on the Nasdaq, and we don't see that over here on the Russell 2000. We see some downward momentum. Bitcoin has been moving sideways under the 30,000 mark. And oil is moved up off this low over here to being in the more normal range that we were used to over the last couple of weeks of around 74 in the in the 70s. Gold is up at the high end of its range too, just knocking at 2000's door. TLT, even though it moved up, overall it's down below this 200-day moving average for whatever that's really worth, the 200-day moving average. I don't know if there's actually intrinsic value in it or if it's just subjective value. We'll take a quick glance through the 12 sectors that I have here of the stock market. We see some upward momentum in technology, but that's not what we see in healthcare. And that's not what we see in financials. And even though we do have some upward momentum here in industrials, it's not looking like this picture. And same thing here, industrials and basic materials kind of looking the same. Communications, which I think might have a bit of an overlap in the technology stocks. If not, they're the normal type of FANG, as Hedge Eye's has dubbed it MAGA or magma, something like that. Microsoft, Apple, Google, and Amazon. MAGA, is it what for magma? I think there was another one in there. Anyways, I don't want to be getting caught up here with saying the wrong thing. Next thing you know, good buddy Brent, you guys pulling me up on some weird charges for trying to say Microsoft, Amazon, Google, is it Netflix and Apple? I don't know. Nvidia's been on a rip. Okay. Anyways, our energy sector is it's been moving up right here, but we look at this month picture and we got a good picture here. We got a good picture here, but everything else on the month, this is really, it's going up. But wow, look at that. There's not a lot of commitment in there. It's really weaselly on the upside. But everything else is just kind of, it's not screaming at the moment, screaming to the upside. In order to get the whole market going, eventually this one's got to start moving. Let's look through over here. Here is the S&P 500. Now we broke over 4,000, which is great. 400, 4,000. I guess we're 4,000 on the SPY, right? Where was it on the? SPX. SPX. Oh, okay. 4,050. So we're probably about, what was that? That makes sense. About a little less than 405 over here. So now, what's going to happen? we see that same thing. It got to this pivot point right up here. Looking to the left, we got prices overlapping here. We see in this range, it when it's starting to. It used to be that it was really downward trending, and now it hasn't been down. It is still kind of downward trending, but it's really sideways trending. And the distance that it's going sideways in is becoming tighter, right? This is longer than this. This one down. I don't know. I wouldn't doubt if we. I just wouldn't doubt anything right now, to be honest with you. Anyways, let's move through here a little faster. Apple. All right, Apple. Look at this, hitting a new 6-month high here at 162, and Microsoft, same thing. Well, it looks like it might be ran out of steam for today. Amazon, all right, Amazon, not the same picture. Maybe it could change. Meta, all right, that's looking strong. Google is in here twice for just the only reasons we can speculate on, because Gary Gensler is not calling me up to discuss this with me. But has a little more of a picture of like Tesla and Amazon. Berkshire Hathaway is basically kind of moving sideways, but it's hitting a little bit of a downward slope in that sideways. Tesla trying to get up there over 200, but still overall looking down. Nvidia looking still continuing kind of strong. We came down to this 260, pivoted back up. JP Morgan Chase. And JP Morgan Chase is moving sideways, kind of seems to be done at the moment with all this banking downward stuff. So we're going to look at the Qs. The top 10 holdings of the Qs is exactly the same as the S&P 500, except for Berkshire Hathaway and JP Morgan is in the S&P 500, where the Qs has Adobe and PayPal. So Adobe got this kind of look like Tesla. Google, has it got the Google look? Not as much as the Google look. Tesla, Amazon. Who else? I forgot who else was in there. And Adobe trying to make a run up to the top. Let's see if it can kind of get past through here. Let's move into the Dow Jones. Dow Jones, what you looking like? In this little sideways down, kind of like that Berkshire Hathaway look. United Health Group, and it's got some volatility in it. So I gotta remember to watch this for day trading. I looked at just regular selling options on it in a way that would be advantageous to me. I wasn't too excited about it. Goldman Sachs, not looking as strong as JP Morgan Chase. Maybe Government Sachs has moved over, and maybe Jamie Dimon has become one of the true rulers of the world nowadays. And over here at Home Depot, which, just to let you know, I was actually in Home Depot today. We broke this little bit of support that we had right here. Now we're into this area. Let's see if this is going to keep on the downward movement. Microsoft, we looked at. Salesforce, okay, ripping to the upside. All right, but this candle is hit a high in the last 6 months. Let's see if that keeps happening. McDonald's, all right, McDonald's breaking out of this little range right in here and moving up towards this part. Let's see what happens around that 280 type of area. It could kind of keep going up there, but we don't see the same strength as these two candles. Just kind of doging slowly up there. Honeywell, kind of going sideways, but it's in this downward motion. Visa, one of the greatest, it seems like the greatest high margin business you could be in, right? you extend some credit to people with a really high interest rates, and you just have to pay for some offices. It just seems like a pretty fantastic thing. I guess you can be on the hook for for these losses. So you just got to get up with the Fed, Jamie Dimon, and figure out how the taxpayers can pay for your losses. Keep those privatized gains and nationalize the losses. That is the way to be crony capitalism. But golly gee, if they'd let me in the club, I might as well join. Amgen is, looks like it's bottoming out right in here. It's making a little run up to the top. Let's see if it's going to get through here. This 245 looks like we got some resistance in there. Yep, it's got to keep going. Boeing. What's Boeing doing? Boeing, kind of looking like that Berkshire Hathaway, kind of looking like McDonald's, kind of looking like some other sideways moving stocks up here. It's like a mix. Berkshire Hathaway, I think, was more down here. McDonald's more up here, kind of in the middle over there. And let's run through over here at IWM, small mid-cap stocks. Maybe, possibly, a better representation of the overall stock market. I don't know. That's debatable. Maybe we should ask, people that have more theoretical knowledge in the stock market than myself. But it looks like we're hitting around the support right in here, 177 type of area. AMC, I have no idea why they want AMC to be one of the top holdings. This has just been a crappy company. I never really looked at the financials, but at least it was a good meme stock for a while, I guess. And speaking of meme stocks, did you see what GameStop did not too long ago? Ooh, boy. I just happened to have a bunch of buying power tied up, so I wasn't able to sell some naked calls on that. So I'm missing out of that one, but that's all right. Got other action going on. Shockwave, trying to make a run up to the top, hitting this resistance up here at 220. Is it gonna break out of there? Here it didn't, and it's not so far. Biohaven is going sideways right through this area. It's like 13 to 15 type of area. I have no idea if there's any premium out of iron condor over there. Intelia, it's got that look of Tesla. It's got a kind of a quasi Google, quasi Amazon, or closer to Amazon maybe. But so we got a certain amount of these stocks that are doing this, and we got a certain amount of stocks that will kind of like doing like this, where you got this look of like, who was it? Crocs is doing it. McDonald's is doing it. Who else was doing it? I forgot. Berkshire Hathaway doing that look. Intelia, this is Chart Industries, still below that 200-day moving average, just not looking strong. And is it Karuna Therapies? Oh man, it's just looking on the downward side, super volatile, and that would probably be fun to do some type of trading. Another one that's really volatile, Apelios. It's been pretty volatile lately, and it's up above that 200-day moving average. It's not getting above that 70 though at the moment. We'll see what's gonna go on from there. So what do you do, ladies and gentlemen? Whatever your proper pronouns are. Don't hate me on that. I don't know who you are. What are you gonna do? That's a great question, because when I say what are you gonna do, I truly mean what are you gonna do, because I know what I'm doing. I'm continuing to do the same thing that I do over. That's why I'm inviting you. I'm inviting you to learn how to do this. Right? This really takes a lot of stress out of the market. Now, you can still figure out directional trades and put on some more speculation and things like that, but we're over 400, so let's see what happens from 400 to 420. Right? It's going to have to get there's this midway point around 410ish that it was kind of getting stuck. It wasn't 410 exactly. Sometimes it'd be 412. Sometimes it'd be like 408. It's like fluctuating in there. And then it kind of went down, right? So we see right through here, this kind of area. It's been some support, resistance, price consolidation area. So let's see how close it's going to go to 420. If it gets all the way up to 420, how does it move through 420? If it moves through 420, how does it move through 420 to 430, then to 430 to 440? Just like back here, it's the same song and dance, right? It was moving up. I was saying, hey, what's it going to look like through 420 to 440, and then it went the opposite way. So that's what we saw during this time frame. What is it going to look like through that? It looks like zero. Looks like it's heading the opposite direction. So let's see what's going on. There's a lot of bad stuff in the economy, in the world, but to some degree, the stock market is disconnected from that. So, your good buddy Brent, what I'm doing is I'm selling a lot of options, my friends. That's what I'm doing. To be 100% honest with you, selling a ton of options. Most of them are cash secured and covered. And because I got a little bit of skill, I'll take some naked positions here or there. But before I take those naked positions, I'll tell you something. I know before I put that trade on how I'm going to try to adjust it if it gets unmanageable. So if you don't know how to adjust it before you put it on, don't put it on. Right? Stick with something that's safe. Selling cash secured put options, in my opinion, safe. Selling cash secured put options mean you got the cash to fulfill the obligation. Then after that, you sell the calls. And if you go ahead and you pay this, it's not cheap. Not cheap. You can check it out. Not cheap. The reason why it's not cheap is because I don't do this for a living, and if I'm going to spend my time working with you, then you got to make it worth my time, right? Anyone that's going to pay this dollar amount to interact with me, consider spending some time with you. If you don't want to pay that amount, no problem. You definitely don't have to. I got free stuff here. You want to learn from someone else? No problem. I honestly don't care. I want to help people, but I really don't care. I want to make money here, but I really don't care, right? I am totally Robert Kiyosaki in here, standing on the edge of the coin and looking at both sides. If you need to know it another way, we can look at it this way. This is what I'm doing. Scott Fitzgerald. All right, I want to make money, and I don't care. I'm holding two opposing ideas in my mind at the same time, and I'm still retaining the ability to function. I want to earn your business, and I don't give two craps if I don't. I'm standing on the edge of the coin, and I'm looking at the heads, and I'm looking at the tails, and I'm making the best decision. The price is high because the value's there. You will 100% learn how to do this. Totally up to you, but I don't like dealing with people that make up a lot of excuses. If you don't have money to do this, then you got to figure out something else. Do the free stuff. All right? You guys have a fantastic day. Let's see how the rest of this week unfolds. And your good buddy Brent knows how it's going to unfold for me. I'm going to continue making money.